It's start of day 30. Just thought, okay, well, I've got this pool tank in the background, so just leaving Holt. Was potentially going to stay for another night, but there are no spaces. It's supposed to be 32 degrees today. I've gotten down to one last pack of lentils, a quarter of a packet of nuts and raisins, a little bit of chia seed, and that's it. So I've got water, etc. But 1.5 litres of water. But the big start of the day is like on the beach, and then there's a cliff. And just to add to the challenges, not only obviously have I got a slightly swollen ankle, but I've got 2 huge blisters that formed yesterday, which I think I mentioned. But there is, because I've been putting oil on my feet to solve the dryness of my feet and the cracked heels, like the plasters won't stick to my foot now, so it's always going to be rubbing against the back of my boots. So I think I'm in for a really kind of grit your teeth and get through it. But I'm determined not to do ridiculous miles today, so just going to keep track of that and see how we get on. But yeah, day 30, let's have some of it. So I'm now walking the path that apparently I should have walked, according to the lady. There's a signpost here. This is the path that I should have come down from the beach down to the campsite, so I didn't have to walk on the main road. So at least this first part's through shaded forest by the look of things. I just hope it would stop like this for the all-day walk today, so I've got some shade. But hey ho, it is what it is. On this way last night, so some quite cool stuff here. So here's the military base at the back of the campsite, so it's open to tourists, so shame I haven't got time to look yet. So I think obviously you've got camouflaged vehicles here. That looks like a radar of some sort. This is cool. You got the jump jet Harrier. Used to love those as a kid. And I've just seen a kind of like an armoured vehicle tank thing, so maybe they do rides in it. So yeah, had I had a little bit more time, had I stayed here today, had they had room, then I might have done the tourist thing, but they didn't, so I can't. So I've got to get walking on the beach in the really hot weather. But look at that, it's nice though, eh? I'm not complaining. Some view from up here. So that's the beach down there that I'll be heading for. This looks quite a way off from here. I don't know where those guns went. Maybe they're over there somewhere. Oh, this is really steep. In yesterday's videos when I saw some like guns up on the hill, now I found them. So there's one there, there's one here. It looks like they've got some sort of like pillar boxes around them as well, and then there's another one just round here. So that's the place, if you want to check it out and see what they've got. But yeah, this is definitely the path I should have come on yesterday, which would have been far, far nicer than walking up that main road and then down that farm track, which was really uneven. Very conscious of my ankle on that one. So again, note to self, that if it does look like I need to walk on the road, bring out every app that I've got that's free that I'm currently using so far. So Google Maps, which is great for the town centre but useless when you get into these sort of places. Hiker, which is good to find routes that people have already walked, and I think the best one is OS Maps, but Hiker sometimes shows things on there more easy to find a path that where it is on the OS maps sometimes. So they're the three I'm currently using, but must look more closely so I don't go on the roads. For those that may be watching this and wanted to kind of like follow the route, that last night was probably my biggest navigational mistake. So I can see where I was last night. So if you see those vehicles right over there in the distance, I think that's the car park that I ended up coming through, and then I ended up walking kind of across here, around here, and then up over that ridge. Whereas clearly this is going to bring you out right on the beach here. So that was clearly my biggest navigational cock up last night, and again I think it put it down to fatigue. Again, the hydration thing makes such a big difference. It's like, normally I probably would have like had a really good look, but I was just so fatigued and dehydrated. You get really like foggy and struggling to make decisions as well as what you wouldn't do normally. So anyway, close to the beach now, so it looks like I'm gonna have to scramble up this great big bloody pebble doom again. This video in regards to that path to Foxhill campsite. So here, so they're all clearly on my right hand side. So if you've got the guns like I have now, you've gone too far. It's the true way that guy is over there. There is a turning, there's a turning on your right and a little path there. It's quite easy to miss it in that way, so make sure you look at your app and your GPS. And that's the last about Foxhill camping and road, no road, go, go, go. The tide's clearly in today in comparison to where it was yesterday. Well, that's where I was yesterday, like way, way, way down there. It's really good to have this path to walk on in comparison to the pebbles down there. That was just like super draining. So glad to be walking on this. Way up on the let me just zoom in. Way up here, looks to be a building on the top of the cliff there. So I'm going to make that my target, and I'm going to put it out there to the universe that they do really great coffee and I can get something to eat. Putting it out there. Just made it to the top of this first cliff, so forgotten what hills were like, to be fair. So just give you a view from here where I've come from, and what I thought might be a coffee shop up on the tops just turns out to be houses, but it's just my luck. But great view from here. Quite a drop down there onto the cliffs. But yeah, that's where we came from. Way, 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 as far as you can see, over there yesterday. Looks to be another windmill here. This seems to be quite a few old windmills and stuff over here. Can't see, there's a lady down there enjoying the cold water. But I'm absolutely starving already, and it's what it's not even 10 o'clock, I guess. So I'm not even done. I've only done 4k, but taking the nutritional advice of what she called Eva last night. If you start feeling hungry, just try and get the food in if you got it. So got to get it down me and take a look at the map and to see where we can stock up today. And yeah, but I need to eat now and drink something. Much better for sitting down and having something to eat, something to drink. Note to self, keep doing that more often. So I've just bumped into a couple, and they said what I can see is like almost like a little church thing on top of the hill here. So and they said there's like, this is like the start of a town way up here on the hillside. So obviously you can get something to eat. So there's a Sainsbury's, which is a supermarket, in the UK. Just wanted to show you, we're quite a way up on the cliffs now. It's a cracking view. The water looks absolutely stunning as well. So this is the path we've just come along. Yeah, it was good talking to these guys who are cycling and wild camping. But they're carrying, we're talking about the water, and they were both carrying 4 litres of water each on the bike. It's a lot of weight, but clearly when you've got wheels it's a lot easier. So they give me a recommendation of saying the churches quite often have outside taps, and it's quite handy to top up your water. It's just a shame that most churches are quite a bit inland from the coastland. But I do appreciate the tip. So looking forward to get to the top of this hill. Thankfully it's quite breezy, so I'm not feeling the heat too much as yet, but back of my heels are hurting with these blisters. How cool is that? Some view from up here. Let me spin this round for you. The sea looks so crystal clear from here. That's where we've come from, way down there. And this pretty golf course. Here, however, we're not at the top of the hill yet. The top of the hill is here. So I did ask for hills and I got them. It's a cracking day, beautiful day. I got to the top of the hill and it was worth it. Check this out. You know, I've just decided to give myself an easy day today, so I've got my feet off again. This is twice now in 8 kilometres. Get the feet off. I wish I could take my feet off. Just give my feet a bit of a breather and just take in this scenery. I think I've really done that much of that since I've been doing this walk. It's a lovely day and it's hot. It freaking is hot. So yeah, let's have a nice, enjoyable, chilled day. Just trying to convince myself. View like that does help. I just had a lovely chat then with some ladies that are obviously local to the area, and they were sharing all the different spots and stuff like that and asking about my trip and my travels, and they'd done some wild camping themselves, so that was a great conversation. So yeah, today's turned into a lot of conversations with a lot of different people, which previously I'm like, I need to crack on, I need to get on, but today I'm just trying to chill out and relax. So it's really, really nice to have these conversations with people. So ladies, if you've watched this video, we were at the top of this hill just before Sheringham, so I really appreciate the conversation and the tips on the campsites further down the road. So hopefully you're following this and you're enjoying it, and if you are, just leave a comment below. And it was a pleasure. Hope you had a great day, or hope you're about to have a great day. Yes, anyway, onwards. There's definitely there's town here, so this is where they said I could pick a few bits and bobs up. Then there's a big hill, and then Cromer is, like, say, about 6 miles away. So we're going to head for that today, and then see how it pans out. The campsite, wild camp, we'll work it out. This is Sheringham, so I'll spin this around. Got something I've not seen for years. Got like a little pond there where they've got the remote control sailing boats. I've seen that for years. We've got a nice promenade. We're up here, obviously down here on the beach. Got all the families. Down here, water does look so inviting. Yeah. Fantastic view from down here. Just going to continue walking into town and get some food. I think I'm going to be in the sea today at some point. really popular place. Didn't realise it was so popular. Very touristy. Some really quaint little tea rooms and coffee shops. So try and find a supermarket, get some food. Leaving Sheringham now, so it looks like a really nice place. Very busy. Lots of families and kids and stuff like that having a great time. So I've just bought even more food from Sainsbury's. So I just had a big tuna salad, some snacks, got myself a Huel drink, got myself a Lucozade. So as Eva said yesterday, just fuel up when you can. So the two ladies as well told me that now that if the tide's going out, that I will be able to walk all the way to Cromer on the beach rather than having to go inland like the coastal path tells me to. So just walking down here currently. And so we've got the cliffs here on my right. So just going to walk as far as I can get on here and then drop down onto the beach because the tide's still going out. And then let's see if we can walk to Cromer all the way on the beach. And if it's nice and sandy, might just be better taking the booties off and just walk in the nice cold water. Oh, it'll be so nice. Hop down onto the beach now. Just climb down this thing here. Wearing that rucksack, which was a bit hairy. So I'm just going to spin this lens around and get a photo of these, video of these blisters, and then let's see if the seawater has any effect. So that's that one. And this one seems to have been breeding, so I've now got, two on there and one around there. So let's see if the seawater has a positive effect. So it's coming up to just shy of 11 kilometres. Let's see how far we can walk down the coast bare feet in the water. Looking forward to it. Oh, it's so nice walking in the sand and not having those boots on. Oh. Can't express how nice that is when your feet are just so hot and sweaty from the booties. Now they're free. So let's get in this water. It looks a bit frothy here, so it might be a bit further on. But so good to have like fresh air blowing around my feet. Okay, so just going up to 11 kilometres, 10.6 kilometres. Let's see how far we can walk on the beach. I was actually wrong, so I saw this white stuff, obviously where the waves are just like lapping up onto the sand. I thought it was kind of like white frothy stuff that, like, no idea what it is really, but you don't particularly want to walk in it, and it isn't. I'll show you. It's just white stone. I've never seen this before on a beach. And it just goes on and on. But from a distance, it looks like that frothy stuff. You know what I mean? When the waves move up to the beach, but I was wrong. So it's all safe to put my feet in. Unfortunately, the beach has now become quite pebbly and stony, so I'm having to put my booties back on. This must have been the old sea defences behind me. That's down this side. So there's loads of it. Like, what, maybe every couple of 100 metres there's barriers going down to the sea, but they're pretty much the only thing that's standing. The ones behind me are obviously completely battered. So it was 87, so 1.2 kilometres maybe walking in the beach with my bare feet, so happy with that. It's nice, made a nice change. I spoke to more people today that stopped me and asked me like how far I'm walking, and then obviously when I say it all the way around, it gets into more of a conversation. So it's been absolutely lovely having conversations with people today. Really enjoyed. It's been a bit more of a casual, leisurely walk. Past the bit now that I wanted to basically further down the coastline there was caravans up on the top, very similar to the like Filey and then kind of places where there was soil pipes and drain pipes, electrical cables, etc., like hanging outside of the cliff. So clearly it's a problem here as well with the cliffs deteriorating, campsites, land being pushed back. So yeah, it's at least it's not as hot as what I thought it was going to be today. So really enjoying the fact that I'm able to fuel up, chat to people, and having like quite a few breaks, and just taking my own time with it today. So not too far from Cromer, I don't think. Again, we'll get refueled. It's pretty amazing. They have these stretches of beaches where there's just nobody on it, and then there's where there's like an entrance way down to the beach. There's this people. To be fair, the amount of stuff that gets carried down to the beach now, it's unbelievable. Like the latest thing seems to be these little trolleys. We've got all sorts in it, including kids. There you go, see? Even had an esky in that one. There's a bunch of people down there and they're all like drinking beers and chilling out on the towels in their board shorts and stuff. And there's me, walking past with my big rucksack with my big boots on and my tent below, be like, where's this guy going? He's clearly lost. If only they knew. I've been looking at these cliffs as I've been walking down the side of these, on the side of this beach, and it's just like the likes of that. It doesn't do justice how big it is. You can see there right in the centre of shot, obviously all that's just fallen away from the cliffside. You can see it all the way down. Zoom in a little bit. You just see it's all just fallen away from the side of the cliff. So I was looking at all these stones here, and I was wondering how do they get their very unusual stones? And then I've realised you can't see it so much in this, but they're actually embedded into the cliff face. So I can only imagine that the sea's coming up and eroding it, as well as the obviously the water drainage from the land, like that farmer told me way back in Filey, I think it was. And then obviously it's getting pulled by the sea and dispersing it here. It's just quite just a big bed of it, kind of between the cliff and the sand, and obviously then the sea. So approaching East Ranton, so I'm led to believe. So going to the map, so I think that's that pier over there, and then beyond it is, so I think I can see a church, or the top of a church way in the distance, so maybe that's Cromer. And then we can see if we can find somewhere to sit and eat more stuff, and then assess where we're going to stay. Been back walking about 10 minutes now. I've taken the rucksack off, laid down, shirt off, hat off, just charging my phone for a little bit, closed my eyes, and I think I just fell asleep for 10 minutes. So now back into civilization. There was a few people around me, but it's really busy here. So I think is heading towards Cromer, hopefully. It's a really nice place. Again, really busy. Got a load of beach huts down the bottom there. Some nice artwork here. See some long steps going up onto the cliffs. More beach huts. But plenty of stuff down here. Ice creams, donuts, street food. Plenty of stuff to get your kids entertained. These blisters are really killing me now. So obviously walking on the sand, my ankles have been twisting all over the place. So as much as I did enjoy walking on the beach barefoot, walking on the sand and those stones just really rubbed my feet off. And I was just wondering before I passed out, I wonder if it's the moisturiser I've been putting on my feet. it's like softened the skin so much, and that's why it's caused blisters. So maybe I just need to put the moisturiser on top of the foot and leave the rest of the cracked heels and stuff like that alone until maybe I'm in a good rest from the walking, maybe. 10 to 7 in the evening, so just had a cold drink in Cromer, charged my kit up in a bit of cheeky boy, and then I've just come down to the seafront, got a few bitties. It's going to be wild camping tonight, so got a few bitties to eat, so just seeing this one as I'm making my way out of Cromer. And it's the RNLI, so it's these guys here, the lifeboat people. And it looks like they're training these youngsters up for life-saving skills. Brilliant, absolutely love that, superb. So yeah, it's now, like I say, 10 to 7. We've done 18.5 kilometres, so less than half of what we did yesterday. But yeah, just a very nice chilled out day. Just a shame my feet keep going. So not really looking forward to seeing the back of my heels this evening. So I've enjoyed the day chatting to people. It's interesting though that I've had a few like little lone moments, and I think it is happy to see like families on the beach and happy to see couples and all this kind of stuff, but probably a little element of me kind of thinking got a long way to go on my own. Despite meeting people, it's just momentary. So yeah, I've got some thoughts around that. It'll be okay. Coffee shop just closing up, so I asked the girls if they'd top my water up because I didn't want to risk not seeing anything else as I was leaving there. So I've also looked at the map, and there's a place called Waxham, which the two ladies I was speaking to earlier, who mentioned about the wild camping. This is a great place to stop. So it's 20 miles from here. So I'm just thinking if I can get another 2 miles in, maybe this evening, unless I find somewhere really good to stop, then I'll aim for that tomorrow. Then yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to play it safe. I was looking forward to camping out on the beach, but there's a sign there that says due to like a cliff fall, then there's no access certain parts of the beach during high tide, and I can't get a signal down here to find out what time the tides are. So I'm going to play it safe and get up on the top of the cliff where the actual walkway is itself. So I'm going to go back on myself, but definitely safe than sorry. I don't want to be like cut off in the beach and having to call the RNLI out, the people I've been watching here. So yeah, I'll play it on safe this occasion. It's a shame it's just gone 7 o'clock, so it would be a late one before I get the tent set up. So the good news is I don't have to go all the way back to the promenade to get back up to the cliff. The bad news is this. This is steep. Bloody tough this is. I wish this pack was 20 kilo lighter, and obviously I've just topped up all my water, so I'm carrying an extra 2 kilos on top of that. So Jesus, this is like doing lunges in the gym. Horrible. But hopefully we'll find somewhere to pitch quickly. But there is a golf course here. Whew. Oh my. Hell's bells. That was tough. I'd just seen this bit off the path here. Look. I thought, oh, that looks a good bit. That looks a bit risky to go camp out there. That'd be cool. Unless I get up for a wee in the middle of the night and just fall off a cliff. And they've put a little bit of fence in there to stop people doing it. Good sign. Good sign. the jets flying up above. I don't think you can hear them or not. 7:15 now, so again I'll do like I did when I was on that in Lincolnshire. Give myself till 8 o'clock, and then if I haven't found anywhere suitable, then I'll just have to make do somewhere. But I've gone through some varied terrain today, that's for sure. And to be fair, when I was looking at the beach earlier to go and camp down there, it was all kind of rocky and deep sand, which reminded me that's what's been aggravating my blisters. So this is probably a far better choice. Steep climbs, getting to the top of this, so just met a guy walking his dog, get to the side of this golf course. So your spot for choice for wild camping. So he did say that the you still can get back at high tide, but yeah, it wasn't worth the risk when I don't know the area. But check this out for a view. So that's where I was, just down there, and that's the pier in the distance. And then we've got the lighthouse, which was actually working. There you go, it's working. So right, we have a plan. Other side of the golf course, and then he actually said there's some public toilets as well. So not that I don't mind weeing in the nature, it's just water. This could be working, this could be a good plan. As I said, I've walked some different terrains here today. So the golf course have actually put a man-made path in, rather than walking through all this thistles and brambles. So that's good, things are looking up this evening. This spot here is just like so perfect. Look, so perfect. And look at the view. And there's the pier way over there in the distance, and that's the golf course. However, it's just at the foot of these lovely gardens here. So I very much think that if I pitch my tent here, I would soon get some people going, no, you can't pitch that there. So move on a wee bitty. Paths like these, like really challenging, because I've literally tucking my shoulders in. It's really narrow. Clearly it's nettles on one side, brambles and blackberries on the other. I do love some blackberries, but not at 8 o'clock at night when I'm trying to find somewhere to pitch. And it's such a narrow path. So I've just stopped at this place here. There's a couple of camper vans there. But there's loads of signs saying no camping, no overnight stops, no caravanning, and all this kind of stuff. So just found a lovely table to eat my scram on. Scram? Don't know where that came from. So yeah, I'm just going to sit and eat this. It's 8 o'clock, called it a day. And then once I've eaten this lot, I'm going to go over there, other side of that grey camper van. And I'm going to pitch my tent at about 9 o'clock. So can't see anybody complaining at that time. I'll be up early, and then away. So that's my plan.